All right, folks. Imagine a tune that crashes into your skull like a meteor made of pure, unfiltered rock madness. 6 minutes of confessing crimes, summoning devils, and basically telling the world nothing really matters. That's Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, the song that's outlived disco, hair metal, and probably your grandma's vinyl collection. It's been blasting eardrums since 1975, and yet here we are, still debating if Freddie Mercury was spilling his guts or just having a laugh at our expense. But what if I told you this epic wasn't born in some glamorous studio haze, but scribbled on scraps while Freddie dodged art school deadlines? Stick around because we're peeling back layers of this beast from its dodgy origins to the cultural earthquakes it triggered. And yeah, there might be a few skeletons in the closet that even die-hard fans missed. Let's rewind to the late 60s when Freddie Mercury, back then still Farouk Bulsara, was hustling through Ealing Art College, probably dodging lectures on perspective while dreaming up ways to shatter rock norms. Picture him at his piano, tinkering with bits of what he'd call the cowboy song. A little ditty with lines like, "Mama just killed a man." Sounds like the start of a bad western, right? But Freddie, ever the visionary showman, wasn't content with some twangy ballad. No, he mashed it with two other half-baked ideas, turning it into this Frankenstein of a track. By 1975, as Queen geared up for their fourth album, A Night at the Opera, Freddie drops this bomb on the band. A 6-minute opus with no chorus, just a confession, an opera freakout, a guitar shred, and a fade-out shrug. Brian May, the guitarist with a PhD in astrophysics, because why not, later admitted it felt like piecing together a puzzle from hell. And the title? It started as Mongolian Rhapsody, which Freddie scratched out because, let's face it, that sounds like a bad takeout menu. Bohemian? Now that's got flair, evoking free spirits, artists on the fringe, or maybe just Freddie's way of saying, I'm too eccentric for labels. Now unpacking those lyrics is like decoding a drunk poet's diary. That opening gut punch, "Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead," hits like a confession booth gone wrong. Was Freddie owning up to some metaphorical murder like killing off his old self? Theories swirl. Some say it's about his budding bisexuality, ditching a straight-laced life for something wilder, especially since 75 was when he dove into his first real romance with a bloke. Others peg it to guilt over leaving his girlfriend Mary Austin, or even a nod to Albert Camus' The Stranger, where a bloke shoots someone and couldn't care less. But Freddie? He just smirked and said it's about relationships, leaving us to squabble. Then bam, the opera section explodes. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Scaramouche. That's a sneaky clown from old Italian commedia dell'arte, always dodging trouble with fancy footwork. Fandango. A fiery Spanish dance, all passion and stomps. Throw in Thunderbolt and Lightning, very, very frightening me. And it's like Freddie's channeling a storm of inner demons. Galileo. That's a cheeky shout-out to Brian May's astronomy obsession. Mate's got a star named after him now. But back then, it was just Freddie ribbing his bandmate. Figaro? Straight from Mozart's operas. Because why not toss in a barber who schemes his way out of jams? And Beelzebub? The devil himself, with a side devil put aside just for our narrator. Bismillah. No, we will not let you go. Bismillah's Arabic for in the name of God, lifted from the Quran, adding this exotic plea amid the chaos. It's Freddie blending cultures, religions, and sheer absurdity into a vocal whirlwind. The hard rock bit. So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye? Pure rebellion, flipping off fate. And the end? Nothing really matters to me. Anyway, the wind blows. Resignation with a wink, like Freddie saying, life's a farce, might as well rock it. Fast forward to the studio grind. And this is where the real drama kicks in, like a soap opera with amps. Queen holes up in Rockfield Studios in Wales, a farm-turned-rock den where the sheep probably headbanged in confusion. Producer Roy Thomas Baker, the mad scientist behind it all, recalls Freddie directing like a maestro on steroids. They layered 180 vocal overdubs, Mercury, May and Roger Taylor stacking harmonies until the tape nearly melted. We're talking 8 generations of bouncing tracks because 24 wasn't enough. It was like building a vocal cathedral. Freddie's on that iconic C. Bechstein piano, the same one Paul McCartney used for Hey Jude, pounding out phases that warped time. 3 weeks straight, no sleep, just caffeine and sheer bloody-mindedness. Roger Taylor smashes a gong for that final "Anyway the Wind Blows" fade, because subtlety? Not in Queen's dictionary. And the album title, A Night at the Opera? Borrowed from the Marx Brothers flick, fitting for this comedic chaos. But here's a nugget. The band was skint, owing their label a fortune, so this was make or break. MI execs hear the finished beast and freak 6 minutes? No hook. It'll never play on radio, they whine. Freddie, ever the charmer, slips a copy to DJ Kenny Everett, who accidentally leaks snippets on Capital Radio. 14 plays in a weekend, and suddenly everyone's clamoring for the full Monty. Released October 31st, 1975, Halloween, how fitting for this spooky epic, as the lead single from A Night at the Opera. B-side? Roger's I'm in Love with My Car, because nothing says rock like serenading your wheels. Launch day hits like a thunderbolt, very, very frightening indeed. Radio stations balk at the length. One exec famously said it'd clear the airwaves faster than a bad curry. But the public? They devour it. Tops the UK charts for 9 weeks straight. Christmas #1, selling 1 million copies by year's end. Queen's first real smash, proving you don't need a verse-chorus-verse straitjacket to rule. In the US, peaked at 9, respectable but no cigar. Americans were too busy with disco fever. But the video? Oh, that's the game changer. Shot in 4 hours at Elstree Studios for a measly 4,500 quid, directed by Bruce Gowers. It's the band in diamond formation, faces multiplying like a bad acid trip via feedback effects. No plot, just vibes. Pioneering the promo clip era, basically birthing MTV before anyone knew what that was. Critics? Mixed bag. Some hailed it as genius, others called it pretentious wankery. Melody makers sniped it was a superficially impressive pastiche, but who cares? Fans voted with their wallets. Live. Queen debuts it at Liverpool Empire, November 75, with taped opera bits because replicating 180 voices on stage. Yeah, right, though they'd mime it with flair, Freddie prancing like a possessed peacock. From there, Bohemian Rhapsody catapults Queen to legend status, but not without some hilarious hiccups. It inspires a wave of copycats, but none nail the sheer bonkers energy. Fast forward to 92, the song's chilling in semi-retirement when Wayne's World drops that iconic head-banging scene. Mike Myers and crew moshing in a car, resurrecting it like Lazarus on steroids. Shoots back to #2 in the US, sells another 1 million, wins MTV Awards. Suddenly, it's everywhere. Muppets cover it in '09 with Animal going nuts on drums. Weird Al Yankovic twists it into a polka medley because why not? And the cultural ripples? It's the most streamed track from the 20th century, over 2.8 billion Spotify spins. Influences everything from prog rock operas to that one-time Panic at the Disco redid it for Suicide Squad. Hell, it even got a Zulu translation in 2025 by the Ndlovu Youth Choir. Imagine Scaramouche in clicks and harmonies. Obscure tribute? A stage adaptation in the works, turning it into a full-blown musical farce. And Freddie's piano, auctioned off in 2023 for a cool 2 million quid, because nothing says legacy like bidding wars over ivory keys. But the real quirk? In Iran, they released it with a booklet explaining the lyrics as a bloke accidentally killing someone, then battling devils. Bismillah as a holy plea. Censorship with a rock twist. Think about the aftermath. This song didn't just chart, it warped pop culture. Live Aid 85. Queen set peaks with Bohemian Rhapsody, Freddie commanding 72,000 like a god. Post Freddie, Brian and Roger Keep It Alive with Paul Rogers, then Adam Lambert. Opera section still taped, because some miracles stay in the studio. It's in movies, ads, even that 2018 biopic named after it, where Rami Malek nails Freddie's swagger and wins an Oscar. But here's a zinger. Imagine if EMI had their way and chopped it to 3 minutes. We'd have a stubby ballad sans the Fandango frenzy, talk about musical manslaughter. Or what if Freddie stuck with Mongolian? Queen might have pivoted to yurt rock. Nah, this track's a testament to betting big. Defy the suits, layer the madness, and watch the world sing along. It's Queen's middle finger to conformity, wrapped in vocal pyrotechnics. So there you have it, the wild, wacky saga of Bohemian Rhapsody, from art school scribbles to eternal earworm. If this dive into Queen's masterpiece got your blood pumping, or at least made you chuckle at the absurdity, smash that like button, subscribe for more rock lore unearthed from the vaults, and drop a comment. What's your wildest theory on those lyrics? Does nothing really matter? Or is it all a fandango? Until next time, keep the thunderbolts coming.